how they look side by side.
So let's start off by using the wide angle lens built into this Galaxy S10 Plus. I put a 14mm lens on the Red, as most of you know, that's very, very wide. But the Galaxy is able to go out even wider, which is really impressive. It's the widest angle I've seen on a phone camera yet, and I can see this being very, very useful. So if we look at the side-by-side footage of my Jeep, you can literally see every single insect I murdered on my last road trip. And now actually looking at this footage side by side, the Galaxy looks sharper than the cinema camera that's afterwards in post. And oftentimes flat images can come across as not looking sharp, so I'm gonna just do looking fairly raw. By the way, this video is being shot at 30 frames per second because the Galaxy natively only shoots at 30 frames per second or higher frame rates, but out of the box it does not give you access to 24 frames per second, which I usually shoot my videos at, but there are workarounds for that. There are aftermarket. Now let's take a look at the dynamic range on the Galaxy S10 Plus, and it's white. Neither of them look that good, so the fact that we do have the HDR option is sweet, and that's basically like a smart feature of taking some. And again, these are smart features that the phone is automatically detecting and applying into each shot. The Red, on the other hand, will never automatically try to apply some sort of filter or look or any sort of effect like that. And when you look at the raw shot, you're only looking at a fraction of the information it actually gathered. It looks awesome, but sometimes it doesn't. The downside of HDR is if you push it too far, it can come out looking very unnatural. So sometimes out of the camera, the Galaxy can look better, but you're just kind of stuck with what the phone decides to give you. The Galaxy shoots 60p in 4K, which is impressive. 4K 60, a sure way to get sharp, slow motion footage that just about always looks awesome. There's no going wrong with 4K 60. Going in a little bit proper hardware to make everything look super detailed. So they generally try to compensate by just sharpening out the edges. And a lot of times it can look good, but sometimes it can sharpen out things like pores or wrinkles or other things that aren't super flattering. And again, professional cameras like the Red take a different approach, and they don't try to digitally sharpen much. They just kind of capture what's there with as much detail as possible. So it just does a better job of just seeing things as it sits, natural sharpness. And we all love that shallow depth of field, or basically getting that background blurry while your subject's in focus. Galaxy has the ability to kind of fake that in the photo world, but the Galaxy has a super stable mode on. So clearly if you're just walking around handheld, the Galaxy is gonna look more stable. A big plus. Once we start losing hand to try to make that image look as nice as possible, but a lot of it just looks kind of artificial and clumpy. But the Galaxy can shoot with an f1.5 f-stop. So in the world of camera phones, this is definitely a leap forward.